Hello, fight fans. I'm Todd Grisham. Welcome to the WBC Arena. And here with me, my broadcast colleague, it's Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
And now it's time for our... Here comes the... Saul Canelo Alvarez, the Mexican legend, the middleweight, the super middleweight, the light heavyweight who fights out of Guadalajara, Mexico.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing.
Not too many seats to be... We're expecting an all-out offensive display. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. So much firepower here. Ooh, look at that left jab. How about that time counter shot? Missed with that right uppercut. Nice counter punch right up the middle. What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punch. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Those counter punches have to hurt. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Well done with that counter shot. Catch and shoot. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. They exchange punches. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about calzaghe in that last round. Well, we're entering desperate. There's the bell to start round 2. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
You'd like to see more jabs. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That counter punch caught him clean. Perfect counter shot. Your footwork has to be on point when you're fighting a swarmer. If it's not, you're going to get caught in the corner and beaten up.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them, when you've seen the best of the best swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
And he scores with the counter. A perfect counter lands. Good counter punching. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Nice counter. Beautiful counter punch. There's a counter shot. Just gets out of the way of that right uppercut. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about calzaghe in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
Go back out there.
On to the third. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here. Punch, counter punch. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter shot. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Good one. He threw a punch and just got countered. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. That counter shot lands. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
The pound for pound king, Canelo, is down. Let's see that again.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
Got to waste time. Step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You just...
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner is going to have their work cut out for them. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure.
Calm yourself down.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Beautiful counter shot. No rest for the weary. Back and forth they go. Nice counter shot. Nice counter punch. As we burn through these rounds, this aggressive fighter continues to come forward, seemingly with endless energy, John.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Nice counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about calzaghe in that last round. What would you tell this? Things are starting to heat up now as we enter the 5th. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
A swing and a miss with the left hook. Catch and shoot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. And he scores with the counter. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
Power, that power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punching. Can't find a home with that jab. That punch has been his best weapon all fight long. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about calzaghe in that last round. You know that bet. Let's start the sixth. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Nice counter shot. They exchange punches. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
They miss with the jab. Well done with that counter shot. A lot of effort being exerted here. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. How about that time counter shot? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but
back on the job.
here comes round 7. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, stretched right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
As we watch it again one more time, appreciate the perfection of that knockout shot. it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
But now it's about getting back to the corner.
One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the...
So back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You've got to...
Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Talk about calzaghe in that last one. And they're back at it again here in round 8. And there's the bell to start the round. Good counter punching. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Good counter punching. No rest for the weary. Good counter punch. The perfect counter lands. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. And that's it.